Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Deauville Racecourse here on Wednesday. It is August the 15th, 2018. Gonna look at all the stakes races on today's program from Deauville, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Like I said, I'm gonna look at all the stakes races 4, 5, 6, and 7. So races 4, the featured 5th race, race 6, and race 7. Really good card today at Deauville, the best in the world, I think, today. So let's get on to it. The 4th race, it's the Group 3 Prix LIEUREY Stakes. It's a Group 3 race going for a purse of $95,500. This race is for 3-year-olds only. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or the distance of ground of 1 mile on the turf course. My top selection here, I like the 5-horse Flower Rider. I'm going to go 5-4-3 in the tri-cast, so the trifecta. 5-4-3 tri-cast trifecta. Top selection, the 5-horse Flower Rider. Godolphin, Andre Farbtrain. Mikel Barcelona is on this trio, filled by Street Cry. The horse's most recent outing came the 9th of July. That came a Chantilly. A mile and the 8th, 1,800 meters in the Group 3 pre-close stakes. You know, this horse finished third by 1.5 lengths there. And, you know, had a little bit of a turn of foot, but again, it wasn't the best race for this horse's lifetime. Before that, in the Prix Saint-Hilaire at Longchamp, a mile and a quarter, 2,000 meters on the 27th of May. There, this horse finished 4th by 2.25 lengths behind Laurens. And she did get around the race course well. It was a small, compact field, but, you know, it wasn't a bad race there. And then before that, first career outing on the 8th of May at Saint-Cloud, 1 mile in a allowance race. Horse won by 2.5 lengths, even from the wide poster. This horse just excelled and had a good victory there. I think coming here, a step down in class from the last few, getting the mile again, good poster up. I think she can get a piece of it, so watch out for her. And I think the other Godolphin, the 4-horse, could get a piece of it also. The 4-horse Poetic Charm. Charlie Appleby sends this one in from the UK to ride. William Buick comes in also to ride this one. This horse's most recent outing came 2 weeks ago at Glorious Goodwood. 7 furlongs in the Group 3 Oak Tree Stakes. There, this horse finished 5th by 1.5 lengths. It was an all-out finish in that very tough 16-horse Group 3. You know, wasn't going to catch the 2 in front of him, but he ran quite well in that all-out finish. Before that, at Newmarket, 7 furlongs, July 14th in a handicap, he won by 3/4 length there. Even with the heavyweight, quickened up nicely, a good victory for this horse there. And then at Royal Ascot, 22nd of June, 1 mile in the handicap there. He finished 12th by 16 lengths. You know, there he just weakened out of it. Didn't like Ascot. You know, Ascot's a very quirky course. Horses either like it or hate it. He hated it. It wasn't the day to win. And then before that, also the Ascot race was his first start of the year. His last start of 2017 came the 8th of September at Kempton. 7 furlongs on the all-weather and allowance race. He won by a length there, and he just kept going to a very nice victory. But I think here, coming to France, a little softer ground. This horse should really do well. You know, like I said, 5-1. I'll do a small price play on him also. But to recap my selections for the 4th from Deauville, it's the Group 3 Prix LIEUREY Stakes. Gonna go with the number 5-horse Flower Rider. I'm also gonna do a small each-way wager on the 4-horse Poetic Charm. Gonna go 5-4-3 in the tri-cast, so the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 5. The featured 5th race from Deauville. It's the Group 2 Prix Guilloume Stakes. Hopefully I said that right. It's a Group 2 race going for a purse of $478,000. That's in the American dollar currency, not the euros. Just keep that in mind. This race is for 3-year-olds only. Field of 7 horses going to post a distance of ground of 2,000 meters or 1.25 miles on the Deauville turf course. My top selection here, I like the 3-horse Study of Man. He was the Derby winner and he won very nicely, and I think here today he should still run nice. I'm gonna go 3-6-1 in the tri-cast, so the trifecta. 3-6-1 tri-cast trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Study of Man. 2-1 Stéphane Pesquier is on this 3-0 colt by Deep Impact. The horse's most recent outing came at Chantilly, the 3rd of June, a mile and a quarter in the Group 1 Prix du Jockey Club, the French Derby. From the wide poster there, at 4-1, this horse won by a half length, and you know, he had a very good fighting turn of foot at the end. Good race for this horse, great ride by Pasquier. You know, it was an all-around great effort for this horse. Before that, this horse ran the 8th of May at Saint-Cloud, a mile and a quarter in the Group 3 Prix Griffoul. This horse won by 3.5 lengths there. He only had 3 other rivals there. It was only a field of 4 horses, but he just quickened up nice and destroyed the field. A very good race for this horse. And then the 8th of April at Longchamp, a mile and the 8th, soft ground, 1,800 meters in the Group 3 Prix La Force. Horse finished second by 1.5 lengths. He probably needed the race. He did quicken up a little bit, but it wasn't a bad run. Coming around the right-handed track today for the first time, and one start. Forgot Shanti is a right-handed. Sorry, I got it confused with Saint-Cloud for a second, but back around the right-handed track where I think he does his best running. I like his chances a lot. Something to notice about that the Prix du Jockey Club. That was the same weekend as the English Derby, and who was the horse? Dane O'Brien horse who was getting back into the ground. Saxon Warrior. He's a deep impact. Sired horse, and Deep Impact was winning the Derby that weekend, but it was just in a different country in France. But this horse, Study of Man, really did well there. He should really do well here again today. Watch out for him to run a big one. I know shit price, but to recap my selections for the 5th from Deauville, it's the PRIX GUILLAUME, the ORNANO Stakes. Gonna go with the number 3 horse, Study of Man. Gonna go 3-6-1 in the tricast, so the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 6 from Deauville. The 6th race from Deauville, it's the Group 3 Prix GONTAUT-BIRON Stakes. Like I said, pardon me if I pronounced the race name wrong. French is not my strong suit. I worked very hard to get that C+ in my college French class. But as you could tell by my pronunciation of the French word, you can understand why I got the C+. But it's the Group 3 Prix GONTAUT-BIRON Stakes. It's a Group 3 race going for a purse $95,500. This race is for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 7 horses here going the distance of ground of 2,000 meters or mile quarter on the turf course. My top selection here, I don't want to pick the favorite every single race, but I think in this race you have to. The 4-horse Talismanic, he looks like he's just a notch above the rest in this one, and I think he's sitting on a good race. His last few have been crap, but like I said, he's been sitting on a good race. I think it's going to happen today. But I'll go 4-3-6 in the tricast, so the trifecta. 4-3-6 tricast trifecta. That's going to be the only way to really make money with this race, because you're not going to make it on a win wager with Talismanic. He's at 2-1 here. Andre Farb trains this one for Godolphin. Miguel Barcelona is on this 5-year-old horse by Medaglia d'Oro. He hasn't been seen since the 31st of March. That came at Maidan in the Middle East, a mile and a quarter in the Group 1 $10 million Dubai World Cup. He's bred to go on dirt with the Medaglia d'Oro on the sire side, but he did not handle the dirt that day. He finished 9th. Didn't like the kickback, never got into it. He got beat by another Godolphin horse, Thunder Snow, who just put on a show there on the front end. Great ride by Christophe Soumillon, but this horse, he just wasn't handling it there. It wasn't the day to win. Before that, Ashanti on the all-weather, the 6th of March, a mile and 1/8, 1,800 meters, and just to do by trial races. He won by 1 3/4 lengths, beating Cloth of Stars, who also is another Godolphin horse, who hasn't had a good year also. This horse, though, even with the heavyweight, quickened up nicely. It was a very subpar group of horses, but he got the victory. Good race for this horse. And then before that, Shatin in Hong Kong, the 10th of December, in the Group 1 Hong Kong Vase. He finished second by 1 3/4 lengths behind Highland Reel. It was his final of a start, Highland Reel, and he put on a show there. This horse, he was just second best there, maybe a little wide, but he just wasn't catching him. And then probably his best performance today came here in America in the West Coast at Del Mar, a mile and a half, November the 4th in the Brews Cup Turf. This horse won by a half length, and Miguel Barcelona, it was his first win in the United States, and he rode an excellent race. He fought on saved some ground, fought on the inside, and he got there. Good victory for this horse there. And then before that, in the Prix Foy, Shanti finished 3rd by 1.5 lengths. He didn't have the best of trips there, and it just wasn't the best of runs. But I think coming here off the break, lesser quality spot, I think he's going to run a big one. Like I said, 2-1 shit price, but you'll have to hit the tricast to make some money with this race. So here's my tricast to recap my selections for the 6th from Deauville. It's the Group 3 Prix GONTAUT-BIRON Stakes. Going to go with the 4-horse Talismanic. Going to go 4-3-6 in the tricast, so the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 7 from Deauville. Race number 7 from Deauville, it's the Prix VALLEE des Hauts Stakes. It's a listed stakes going for a purse $71,500. This race is for 2-year-olds only. Fields of 7 horses dashing the distance of ground of 1,000 meters or the distance of ground of 5 furlongs on the Deauville lawn, the turf course. A lot of British-based horses are running in this one, and I think one of them is going to win it. That's going to be the 1-horse Pocket Dynamo. I'm going to go 1-4-2 in the tricast, so the trifecta. 1 142, Tricast Trifecta. Top selection of 1 horse, Pocket Dynamo. This 2-year-old colt by Dialed In. Robert Cowell trains. Ocean Murphy comes in from the UK to ride this one. Ocean Murphy's having a great year so far. But this horse's most recent outing came at Maison Lafitte, the 22nd of July, 5.5 furlongs, 1,100 meters in the Group 2 Prix Pepin Stakes. This horse finished 4th by a length there. He just missed at the end. He quickened up nicely. It was an all-out finish. He ran a decent effort there, even though he did finish 4th. Before that, he ran on the 21st of June at Royal Ascot, 5 furlongs in the Group 2 Norfolk. There again, he finished 2nd by a nose behind Shang, the Wesley Ward winner. This horse, again, he fought a good effort at the end. He just missed a nose bob, but, you know, it wasn't a bad race there, and a very tough group of horses. And then before that, he ran a Longchamp, the 13th of May, 5 furlongs in a 2-year-old allowance race. He won by a head. Again, he just got there in the final stages of the race. A good victory for this horse, and it's only his 3rd race. And then his maiden victory came at Chelmsford on the all-weather, 5 furlongs, 2-year-old allowance race, made the 3rd. He won by a length. He quickened up nicely. Another very easy race against subpar horses. His best races today, I think, have been the races he's had blinkers. So hopefully with blinkers, again, he should run another big one. I like him a lot here. Shit price at even money, but he's the most, successful in anybody in this race, so watch out for him. But to recap my selections for the 7th race from Deauville, it's the Prix Vallée des Houches Stakes. Gonna go with the 1-horse Pocket Dynamo. Gonna go 142 in the Tricast, so the trifecta. Remember, if you want any of the other races on today's program from Deauville, you'll have to follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more of those selections. So good luck to